sticky start. What's been behind that resurgence?
Just returning to the fundamentals of how we play, Des. We pressing the game much better tempo to our game, and stronger organisation.
And a settled side, it's very familiar from Premier League against Brentford. Just the one change: Ricardo out, Thomas in.
Yeah. Ricky's just he's felt a bit of tightness in both his hamstrings, so he should be fine for next week, hopefully. But today was just too soon for him.
It's a very interesting battle today. Is it two sides with the same number of points, same turnaround in form? How do you see this challenge today?
Yeah, always a big challenge when you're playing Arsenal or any of the top teams. So, but no, we're really looking forward to it. We're in a much better place, and playing at home as well is great for us. The crowd have been great. Our last league game here against Manchester United was a great atmosphere, and like I say, we need to play equally as well. And get the crowd with us to get a similar result. That
message of getting back to basics that's been drilled through the dressing room, that's the foundation of what the turnaround.
Yeah. I just think it's you. I was able to assess it after the first 7 games, Des, and we just and I changed the team a lot because we had European football and whatever else. But really, it was just about getting rhythm back in the team, but also looking at what we were missing. You know, looking at the Crystal Palace game, we. Just nowhere near in terms of intensity and pressing and that side of our game, which is where it all starts for us. So, but yeah, so we had a good international break, really nailed some of the things that are so important for how we play, and then we were able to go out and play against Manchester United, and then that got that confidence back again. So yeah, really good mentality in the team, and we've got to keep it going.
Revival in form, haven't lost for 2 months. Do you feel you've found the rhythm and intensity that you need?
Yes, we are on track. Obviously, results-wise, we have improved a lot. We are getting some consistency in terms of performances and results both together, which is really important, and we just want to keep improving and getting better.
You had some worries in midweek about a bug in the camp, but you're unchanged from Villa.
Yes, they recovered. We have some issues, but thankfully they are all fine.
One of those issues, Ben White, you said he hadn't trained for the last couple of days, but he's okay for today?
He's fine.
Okay. And what about keeping the results coming against Leicester today? On paper, both clubs look very evenly matched.
Yes, I think it will be a really even and competitive match. We know the strengths that they have, what they've done in the last few years, and the strengths and the things that we have to try to stop and where we can help them.
And what particular strength are you worried about? The counter-attack, maybe?
You know, a few things. They use the spaces really well as a team. That anytime they have open spaces to attack, they are really efficient. They have great threat, and obviously against them is something that you have to control.
Thanks, Mikel.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Matchday Live, where it has been a very comfortable opening half as far as Arsenal are concerned. And Maka, it started from the offset, didn't it? In the 5th minute, it was Gabriel that scored a goal. I don't know if this is the correct terminology, but it looked like a backwards header to me.
Yeah, they started the game really well. It was before this there was warning signs that the Smith Rowe corner previous was a great one. Lovely ball in. Tielemans, Samare onto Ben White and Gabriel. And they just want it more. I know that's strange to say, but you see his run, powerful run, gets in between Johnny Evans and Jamie Vardy, who were all zonal marking, and a real nice, powerful head. And you're right, he turns his head. He turns his head, very unorthodox, but still knew what he was doing and flies into the back of the net.
And Wes, it seems to be a recurring theme for Leicester City because they seem to concede from corners an awful lot. And I know you were really disappointed with the way that they conceded that goal as well.
Yeah, from Leicester's point of view, you know, I know they work hard on set pieces and defending set pieces, and you won't be happy with how that goal was conceded. In that, you can pick out too many errors. You know, I think first of all, starting position from Samari, you know, it's too square, body position is all wrong, and then lets him just run past him easily without no contact, not aggressive enough. And to be fair, Gabriel's run into a body of defenders. You expect one of the Leicester defenders to get ahead on it, and it's gone. He's got the goal through the Leicester defenders somehow, so very disappointing from Leicester's point of view.
So that was the opening goal, but now for the second goal, and we have to take this right the way back to the start because there's a collection of errors, Weds, that lead to the goal.
X-rated this, Wes. X-rated
Where
this.
do we begin? You know, first of all, 2 sloppy passes from Vards and Madders, and then from this point on, there's no urgency to Arsenal. They're just, you know, taking their time, building their play, and Saka's on the ball, running at the defender. The defender's got to engage somewhere before he starts entering the 18-yard box, but he lets him run, and Madders on the other side should be running back to track Lacazette, but has no desire in his run, lets him just run on. He's jogging to catch Lacazette rather than sprinting to catch him, and the defence there should have stopped.
A terrible, terrible goal, and indicative how Leicester started the game. Really slow, very passive. Every pass went backwards. They started to liven up late on in the first half, but it could be all too late for them.
Well, how about Aaron Ramsdale? Because he's had a terrific opening half. Yeah,
I mean, this was his start. It was his mistake with a poor ball out. Normally, he's better with his feet. And this is the Iheanacho shot, sorry. And he gets a slight touch on it, the outside of his, shaves the post. But Leicester haven't offered that much. Arsenal have been very comfortable defensively and have cruised through this first half.
And then he once again showed his brilliance for this point where Maddison's taken a free kick. Look at that save.
Outstanding save, yeah. You know, Madders works hard on his free kicks. He's a bit of an expert, and he would have thought that was in, but great credit to the keeper. You know, he's at full stretch, gets an important hand onto it, knocks onto the bar, and reacts again to Johnny Evans following in with a shot and gets something on the follow-up also. So great bit of goalkeeping there, and yeah, unfortunately Leicester couldn't get that vital goal they're looking for and needed.
And Peter Schmeichel's actually just tweeted saying that is the best save he has seen in a very, very long time. An important half-time team talk as far as Brendan Rodgers is concerned.
Fantastic saves, yeah. When you're looking at what he's actually able to pull off these saves, and I think he gave the ball away for this one initially. But then to actually have the spring from Iheanacho, everyone's thinking it's in, but he gets a little touch on there and pushes it past the post.
His feet are really, really quick. You see that adjustment he makes across there. Great reactions, determination, of course, but look at the speed of him. To get across to there, he thought maybe it might come the other way, leaves the goal open, and just about pulls off that save. I mean, Peter Schmeichel's saying, isn't he, that's the best save he's ever seen.
He's seen in years.
That's incredible, incredible praise.
He tweeted that's huge praise from him, and then they just kept on coming, Emil.
Kept on coming, and he kept on standing up to them. Not going down early, being brave, because again, when you got a goalkeeper, when you got a player bearing down on you, sometimes you just fling yourself at it, and this is what he does time and time again. But you got to be brave with it.
I make the point though that on average last year he was made the second most saves last season, and his average was 4. He made 8 today. He's happier being busy, and the really classy goalkeepers might have to do this once or twice in a game. That's the next step as Arsenal progress and get better. But he had a lot to do today, and Arsenal are thankful for that he was pulling off those saves. But in the future, let's minimise what the goalkeeper has to do.
And that's huge praise from Peter Schmeichel, especially when Kasper's on the other team.
Yeah, imagine the argument that they're going to have next time. But fantastic when you've got such a goalkeeper like that praising you about the display that you've had.
He says he wants to be England's #1 by the time of the 2022 Qatar World Cup, and he looks like he's on the right track.
He does. He does his talking for me on the pitch. He's only played 7 games for Arsenal, albeit they've been very good. But he's a long way off doing that. Pickford is currently in charge. But if he keeps performing as he does, then it can happen for him. There's no doubt about that.
Absolutely. And that centre-back pairing as well, Martin, going from strength to strength.
Well, they've been involved in the successes since that heavy defeat at Man City. Gabriel, Ben White, forming a really good partnership. For me, they've got everything. Gabriel, particularly balls coming in the box. Amount of times, I think he had the most clearances today. Really strong defensively, aerially.
And he got a goal today as well. Emil, what did you think of his header?
Yeah, fantastic header in the end. But again, when you look at the marking, allowing him to have the room to attack, but then Leicester have the actual players around there, but no one really goes and attacks. But then again, if you always have a run on someone, I back myself, to be honest.
He wanted that, hasn't he? He's improvised, of course, he's turned his head, but he wanted it that little bit more than everybody else.
It was a flying start. That was the opening goal. Arsenal now unbeaten in 7 in the Premier League, and we can hear live now from Mikel Arteta with Des.
Thanks very much. Mikel, congratulations. You carried on the momentum from recent results. A lot to be pleased in that performance today.
Yeah, I was really happy against the top team. Really hard to come here and win, and the way we've done it, the way we played the first half, the way we had to suffer against a really dangerous team that's going to create you issues, and how we managed the game the last 20 minutes as well. So overall, I'm really happy.
Yeah, good game management in the second half, but we have to talk about the star turn. Your goalkeeper before half-time, I think, a spectacular save. He made a few saves, but that was the pick of the bunch.
I just seen the picture. It's incredible.